It is like Mahmoud Bawumia not knowing that he's going to walk in mud, and then his brain didn't tell him that he needs to wear a Wellington boot, but Bawumia ended up wearing sneakers. So if it is a sneakers in his head, it looks like a Wellington boot. So you can basically know that the person wearing the sneakers has no brains to understand that he's going to walk in water. It is sanity. If it is a soup. It is about Bawumia ekonantinsium na one share long boot na wa share sneakers kambu na adwini mu na adwini ese kambu no sebio long boot. If it is not a soup, it is a stew. Oboja omeza dey di matam hwe sankwasa de were Kevin Taylor na ebofu no MPP girls ni nyina hye ise omo nyina to data Kevin Taylor boy ekua waba o ai na be den ekua waba ai girls ni nyina apie walafo no omo go campaign omo de omo toto nam so no ai MPP de ladies no so omo anom de twa omo numba wo na pomu ni ade na nsen yete ba ku bi MPP omo jibitu Mr. P Mr. That guy, Salam Mustapha Zaddy Bawumia, saying Obeyi Bawumia Maye. Mr. S, I just came into my mind. Now I'm actually creating you. Recently, Salam Mustapha, in Sona Toniti, am I a refugee before? In Sona Toy, am I a refugee before? Now saying, Salam Mustapha Bakachre say, Mahamudu Bawumia don't him say, lady bina we free MPP aba NDC no, sa lady the time on one office na girl no pimpimba. And on this Salam Mustapha Kacha Bawumia say ampa, and Bawumia say no problem. Hey, Bawumia, or you outdoor or indoor, outdoor or indoor, are you a cop? And your boys nakika, aye, yakika. Muko busai boys yakeka ai Harvard doctor muko busaro indoors or outdoors Bawumia nanse yi in some way nyina review nansemu Mr. P abeg give me 5 minutes make I deal with this matter because we all forgot Mr. P. I want that video, the Mustapha Salam video where he did a live and told Ghana for you, oh, Bawumia dear, sa lady no, na Bawumia friend personally ko share them busan so oh lady we yate say or pimping mama MPP from penny for no cre. Enti ena Salam Mustapha so oh true. O say Bawumia nka bibia na Bawumia say onko. That means Bawumia no a client. Indoors or outdoors, Mr. P, I beg you. Indoors or outdoors na mempo yampo yatigana na enim po say sa na say de pimping ba ma Bawumia anything a lady no free party na ayenkofo ya MPP mu pa because that's what the client ni na call either so the client no call or the package ni na call anaso oja package ni wo ho e ma ye nyi obi ma na organize package no pe Mustapha Salam akwana kwati botono because near nim na mpo minim mpo say lady no me at the end of the day a political party MPP epokran so togum obi jai NDC no ba MPP for bejino obi jai NDC MPP no ba NDC for bejino party is about numbers intend me jina say ameka say me ko de gum for bejimi because omo hia nipa intend so obi free MPP now about NDC me I don't see anything wrong with it. It's politics. So obi to say Bawumia gas we jai MPP or call UPR. I will not have a problem because the same thing. So ideology the same. Send so people can say, oh, nipa we jai party we waba party we. I don't see anything wrong with it because politics there, you know, it's all about the numbers. It's all about people. It's all about people who are willing to be part of a political party and helping the party. I don't really have a problem with people switching from party to the other. I don't really care about that. It doesn't really. I've done politics. I've done politics to the point where those little things don't change. It does not change my opinion about parties' agenda, ideology, and vision. It doesn't, because people cross carpet all the time. And when people cross carpet, it does not mean it's a party, vision, ideology, no. When people move from one party to the other, because when you're in a political party, you are looking at the holistic picture, the holistic vision, what the party represents, and what you believe in. It is how believe in the ideologies of the NDC. Maybe and the MPP who say MPP for Jimmy. Obeso ko NDC. Why should I have an issue with you? Send the NDC mu now who say Bawumia ni mnyansa. Now who decide so ko di Bawumia chia. I don't have a problem. I wouldn't have a problem with you because I would decision. Unim say nipa no onya okay na ko di ni chia no problem. Enti when people move from one party to the other, I don't make too much noise. I don't even pay attention to that. It's about, can the person support the party? Can the person also be in line? Can the person believe in the philosophies, the principles, the vision, where the party is going? Is the person willing to help for the party to get to where it wants to get to? That's it. Yet political party and yet political party so you cannot be selective about who joins your party. Maybe you can find a way to make sure say Obama communication about party in your man. Yeah, but you should not be. I just iti momianhwe Mustapha Salam adia odiye Bawumia na ye refi nso na toy dan say nti ama ejimifo akotete but I will see a chirechirem ya de ya no. Thank you very much, Mr. S. Thank you for bringing the video in. Iti ni atia ansa na ne ade bowo mu no ye di nka de apreni ansa na ade bowo mu no ye di preni ansa na manfo so akeke manfo ansa na de dwuma de na hyehye so ye ne yete asante fucking na se me nyina asante me mu me oboasini akwara me ya asante ni mapa otumfo na nane me sa ya chenchen hina me chechirem ema asantefo na nanom ne bi omogimi no omote nyoma ase na o ka che ya mpo sa ye nue ye onim nyansa mpa enne aha eni nti na asantefo di bi dome. Because and the for the domino, MPP for the domino, because metekasa nyansa to me Emma Omunia no Masebio, Omumia Jimmy or MPP no because ampa sa branti nyame na shirano. Yes, see, Sebio, Yamfa, Diabeng, Edian, Nipa Wabufon cancer, now branti Medina Tosana minim, Sania Casa, ya go for Nicaragua for Sani dia dance here. Na Casa Sani, you want as a conconsadi, she, Kevin, Jai, I obwa. Every kubim ayensam keka ai say me nyini on Nicaragua for asase so I am a Nicaraguan. I am a Nicaraguan. It is a soup. It is not a soup, sorry, it is a stew. Now near tia and an answer near Shikra near the Yenia Bre Emma ye hwede Ghana beko na eye Salam Mustapha beka say oh a branch about why lady biana or why a party I could join the NDC. Now, lady na ko joining NDC into MPP for bebrebu ofu, and I think the lady made a comment recently. Her own opinion. The way when I make comment here, it is my opinion. Obi have the right to speak their mind. It's lady the a comment, about how she feels about the MPP, why she moved from the MPP to the NDC. Fine, I mean I don't care about those things. Obana na action argument because she used to be part of the NPP. Now, Sister Neka said it is a soup, no. Now MPP for said no, it is a stew. Why are you bagging? Has somebody bagged? Lady Neka said MPP no, it is a stew. And MPP for said no, it is a soup. Lady Nika we na MPP for National Youth Organizer on Bawumia 8 Obwa Bawumia from the time Bawumia power on the Bawumia and Nam Bawumia campaign Ojim on see a 10 to Bawumia and Oba Bonti said no asem na lady na kano Sebio obechiche mu magana fo hu asem na say bo ya de tie enke bi hyemu Nicaragua for Belkesia omo pepa no achia na achia so muye okọ Nicaragua eba ebu ni first no say ye de ba beji usike di na say ye beji ademuade a yes bo asebe de aka na obi anim say sebio chia na achia de muye moja de mu eduche nsuo omo boa obeji usike di ai ademude saa ba ni ebu na himfie pa ene na ba afọ akotobu ene odi nya sika ai achia na achia na mbuye na ebiase de untumi use uyemu nso no emphasize wan shem opa kire say hey bafu akoto ni krono bafu akoto enti eye time asabde bae no na eye Mustapha Salam oye National Youth Organizer one Bawumia na nam ono nimba Bawumia cheme memetie mi nimba Bawumia. The honest truth is mi hu Bawumia da. It is so shocking, right? Yeah, memetie Mahamudu Bawumia mi hu no physically da obi abe hu no da eye de Ekufuado. He came to governor's seminar at Washington DC. I filmed that seminar. I was there. 2016, when the NDC were campaigning, MPP were campaigning 2016 elections, I was in Ghana. I filmed with my wife. It was a documentary I was shooting. That was the first time who different politicians were MPP and NDC. I think that is the time I who John Mahama for the first time in my life. 2016, yeah. Trade fair. I think where did they have? I think Ekufuado they had their final rally at Ifwa Sutherland Park, if I'm right. And NDC for a final rally no trade fair. If I'm right, I think because we shot this documentary for some outlets. And that was the first time Kampana me hujo mama no ojina car mu no she red. And when I was filming myself and my wife, we were filming. So I saw it clearly. I zoomed in. Now, enti me nimba Bawumia ntina office that me won gani da in my life. There are so many politicians in me won me over NDC from the top. Obi to say General Secretary of MPP me NDC me won da. Fifi Kwete me won say that with my eyes. Me won say oh Fifi Kwete the general me won da. I said nketi physically me won da. Oh bravo. I can show you executive NPP mu MPP for the bebre MPP me boss see apebe da ntokwa an because woni pa no hu woni pa no hu eh woni ne sa de mu ye nyina woni ne kasa intina na MPP for members me bom de no omo ba krom ha ya me ne omo na ekode na me ne omo de tena se young ones no be ba ku mienu bi sam ya wuku kojo pa omo ye me nkofo me ne omo tena se di nkomo inside enti me unim nipa me nim nkofo me need time for nkofo be nipa bebre ni bomo enti na eye abayo an kasa na Mustapha Salam ono ne Mahmoud Bawumia nante from eye 20 eye de also okay NDC had theirs at stadium and MPP trade fair. Yeah, I remember very well 2016. That's right. Yes, that's how we filmed it. I think MPP was trade fair and NDC stadium. So that's where we filmed it. Now yet abayo an kasa we no and Salam Mustapha said no asam na abayo an kan ono nimba o miacha abayo ano. But you know say sa lady na ofri MPP eba NDC no na oya special aid to Bawumia say Bawumia dware a otumi kokobom kokoko your excellency me patch obi hwehwe so let them wait what say about Bawumia twitwe ne say let them wait enti onim Bawumia say bia Bawumia pe bibie dia ono na Bawumia friends bra get me something nice to eat. Something nice, soft, very, very succulent, something that I can really feel. It's lady no Bawumia chem majority of you. It's because says our time no munyina muji to NPP for na nimu post lady no Bawumia personal aid. Na nimu da. Say na nimu so tumi ura Bawumia dem ekwaje paper keke. Oh, your excellency, can you sign here? Bawumia dampe mu krampo na bedsheet katare ho a otumi sorry na we yi pen in the side bed no you know a sign so you can close the door behind you. It lady no nim Bawumia. It is our kokra na okwaje document from Bawumia. It does not matter where Bawumia is, what he is doing, in which position. She didn't care because the Bawumia aid no. Na me ekwamiti I never knew. It abayo the free MPP ba NDC no. And wabeka sana Salam Mustapha so ono de onim Bawumia any lady we relationship che obi anti mumia ko tie Salam Mustapha na minim da say Bawumia nkasa to nsa frɛ eye de Salam Mustapha ka say mate se lady or your pimp ya ka say pimpa e te say sebio Bawumia ebuta say obi a sebio oboabu ajantrafo ano na sebio de ma etitiru ene form pimp na nye de bia na nye sele nye titiru on se bi mo nye titiru but e bia pimpin nim no na wa mane kakra on se efia koto sei ono oye pimp ono sei no enche se also paul ba no ho fe and the apia walo mukuyo ono de ohyehe ono de hian se wabo ode be ma wo enti enya pimpin nyina na pimpi ema eye etitirufo pimpifo bitumi pimpi abodamfo e de ma nipa bi e dependent de ewo go ejejire wo de mesi ya wo mia na papa na ojima wo no Dr. Kevin ojima wo wie no say ode apasoma papa on twa me belika ko no say o kasa nti we papa twa me furuma no o se nchirechirem ene je mtumi chirechirem na ye de nchirechirem so esi fa pem so nti mumia ko tie Salam Mustapha National Youth Organizer obechirechirem mumia nyina ko tie nsam insura sa nyoma o mumia ko tie enya me na meka o Salam Mustapha mun tie ni yie.
Then I get a call to come before DMB. I go, we talk about other issues. Then he asked me, are you aware? Do you know? Have you heard that Rosemont is a pimp? Then I said, sir, as far as I know, I have no evidence that she's a pimp, but it is an opinion people hold about Rosemont that she's a pimp. And he said, okay.
Nyawotre, you be enim. But I say, you know, bebre wo ha. Brofo no kan nti ama omonti de omo kana se. Abrantie we your friend Mustapha Salam. Ono ene ye National Youth Organizer. One Bawumia na nantia abedu nne. Abayo kana se friend Rosemond no ye MPP ni ende or NDC. Na Rosemont no be kasa na nse ma MPP fo buofu e ma na omo ya madwene se ende ye ntiase ye be kan de oyeye. De eye Salam Mustapha e kan nyina na se o se na o ho. E na Mahamudu Bawumia friend se Salam bra. O se Bawumia wentiem. O se Bawumia ka se o bra na miri ni fi. E na o se o fide o call Bawumia ho. O se anima de kwenti Bawumia friend quietly a o ka chen so Samira ni fi na bra. Inti Salam Mustapha say Bawumia friends ombra the office e ofie na ombusa na sembi. Inti also call Bawumia office no. E na Bawumia say topono nim, e na Bawumia say onto gate nim, e na otum kra. E na otena Bawumia nim, e na Bawumia say abayo your friend Rosemond no. What to say or the mama mema. And now say oh Bawumia asemi di okan bro for na mi dwom yo. O ka se bebo akobi e wo de. And also Your Excellency Mahamudu Bawumia. Eye abayo ano. Bawumia sem obusa abrante na se Bawumia our knowledge. Or say are you aware? Meaning Bawumia already knows say ebia lady ni de oye no, but maybe he wanted to know say Salam Mustapha you try to kwatia say bi oye kwati bottom ono so idea say oba ne se ne be ya ebia Salam Mustapha be wun say one ebia Rosemond no alleged Rosemond no say na or the mama na enye Salam Mustapha wanwa ultimately because say oh Kevin, are you aware? Meaning me and me busa ask a question. I am already aware. If I am not aware, I wouldn't be able to ask you the question. In this who study Bawumia question now, Mustapha Salam say Bawumia busa say are you aware? Before I ask you are you aware of something, then I should know what I am asking you. If I have no knowledge, then my question wouldn't be are you aware? My question would be do you know? But I will not say are you aware, because before I say are you aware, then I'm already aware. It's not Bawumia busa Salam Mustapha say wunim say wanka say wunim or say wunim say aya Rosemond or chichema. And Salam Mustapha say oh me dear mate ya keka ya tietie ensam aninam framam na sebio men sedanim. Because Bawumia wanted to be sure say Mustapha so ya mani bi ana ya mani bi na said ye be ya Mustapha ba na obi she eya Bawumia table ase na sebio ekoso a enye Mustapha nwanwa. Enti Bawumia Mustapha say Bawumia friend no Bawumia busa say are you aware? And Mustapha say bo wafa Your Excellency I am not, but matete oh ye nim ye keka odu kumasi asane ka no ye keka. Now moment to video no so because brofunti or say yabotre.
Then I get a call to come before DMB. I go, we talk about other issues. Then he asked me, are you aware? Do you know? Have you heard that Rosemont is a pimp? Then I said, sir, as far as I know, I have no evidence that she's a pimp, but it is an opinion people hold about Rosemont that she's a pimp. And he said, okay, but I don't have any evidence. But that's the opinion about her. And he said, okay. Later on, I hear so many things that have happened in the office. Some amount of lies and issues of disrespect. And it was beginning to cause some disruptions in the office. She was assigned a role, she leaves the role, and she was more interested in following DMB around. And when she started following around, that's where a lot of information, began to trickle in for all of us to understand. At the time, DMB was the sitting vice president. Wherever he gets his information from, I don't know, and I can't go and ask him. So he was getting a lot of feedback and information. Using DMB's name in doing things that were not proper. And I'll share just a few because I cannot speak to everything. DMB was going to UK for a program, and a list was sent to the protocol officer to work on. Rosemont takes her passport to the protocol officer and says that DMB asked her to bring her passport. But the protocol officer who has been working around knows that that is not the right procedure. That's not how it is done. Upon further checks, it was established that it was not true. It was not DMB that asked her to do that. You cannot use the man's name in such a vile manner.
Moment was ha said the baby no ma omonte brofo se bi on person mo ti asem no ti ase no omo so beti ase na o kasa no Mustapha Salam ekonenim no say later na oti say Bawumia officer Rosemond adwuma ho na ensam kokoso o titi bebre ni na mo framem na question person be busa Salam Mustapha no say what will make Mahamudu Bawumia ask that question? Because that time, now 8 people had been killed during election 2020. Bawumia didn't care. That time, now you see how 4 Emma nipa biawu Emma oma displaced. Bawumia did not care to ask you about that. Bawumia did not care to ask you about even tardy girls are no more dada. Bawumia did, as the vice president, the head of the security police council, he did not ask any question but question here Bawumia, and it's there Rosemond or your pimp and answer on your pimp. Are you aware? Very important. Are you aware? Say Rosemond your pimp. It people say so Ghana Bawumia vice. This was what was worrying him. That was the only thing that he no. One friend, the national youth organizer of the party. And your only question to him, any Rosemont, whether she is a pimp, if whether Salam Mustapha is aware, say Rosemont a pimp, it's not interesting. And Nyawama say, Bawumia friend, the national youth organizer, come to my office. When we say Rosemont now yemi aid wahano, do ram office hano, do to be crata brem or demono, Mate say, oh yeah, aware, say or your pimp. Then you ask yourself, it's the vice president and the biggest problem, no. Nipa ya body part 2020 elections. Bawumia didn't ask anything about it. The dollar was close to 24. Bawumia did not care. Fuel prices. The fuel was almost 24 to a liter. Dollar was almost 18. We were talking about inflation close to 57. We were talking about unemployment rate getting out of the roof. We were talking about interest rate. People could not even take loans. We were talking about an economy that was basically collapsing. Bawumia did not feel about anything. He did not care about anything. The only thing Bawumia cared about was to inquire. In fact, wasn't to inquire, to double check whether Mustapha Salam or himself Rosemont Sebio or Line Ajantra for. Now, the question here again, answer met one in some no. Now, Sana Rosemont, your pimpa, one of them, Rosemont, pimping man, I'm more MPP. Bawumia problem, you know, so for Salam Mustapha. Now, Abusa said Rosemont, unim so or your pimpa. Said now Rosemont, your pimpa. Who was Rosemont pimping to? Who was pimpilizing? Rosemont, who was basically who was the client to Rosemont, because the pimpilization had to be pimped by pimpilized by a pimpilized person. So who was the client to the pimpilization sector? Now, Mumian can some yanko in Samana Salam Mustapha. Bawumia is sounding like a pimp gang. Is part of the gang, the pimping gang. Mahamudu is a gangster. He is a gangster. Now, Mumian ko dena Salam Mustapha eke kan brofu minjum nyanko yenim. Salam Mustapha kasano see. Afei, oni Bawumia di sanko mono nkwa wi okwa no. On say later in samu sisi. In samu sisi Bawumia office. In fact, Okabibi or see. When the lady started following Mahamudu Bawumia, when Rosemont or see time a Rosemond started on the Bawumia A2 among somebody following somebody. Samama who kwaya won't mean the especially a vice president of the Republic of Ghana. Not anybody can just get into the circle of the sitting vice president of the Republic. They lie bad. There are so many MPP for they don't have the right to go close to the vice president. So if Rosemond is following the president, the vice president, then it means the Bawumia no vice president, he gave the green light, his security gave the green light for Rosemont to be following Bawumia. And following, we use that word advisedly, because when they say somebody is following a politician, if you say nipa to me a breaking security agent a politician then it means the politician is aware of the role of the person following him or her. Salam Mustapha said, when Rosemond began or started following Bawumia, meaning Rosemond was given the green light by the Bawumia team, Bawumia himself, to be following him. Mustapha Salam say, Bawumia nankasa na ma ho kwan ma Rosemond beka the circle num. Now Bawumia, if you are aware or not aware that Rosemond is a pimp, why would you allow Rosemond to be following you? Bawumia busa Mustapha Salam question no. Bawumia obia sebio oye aware kra onya we at least if you have a perception about Rosemond, Rosemond should be stopped. But Rosemond kept following Bawumia around the nation. Bawumia ko campaign and I don't know ambefia Rosemond wom. Bawumia ko baby no pediane dia Rosemond wom. Bawumia ekoda hotana na obi akoda Rosemond as an aide, somebody trusted by Bawumia otumi wura ho. Until the question here is, says Salam Mustapha said, when Rosemond started following, nobody can follow the vice president without the vice president knowing. There are people who can be part of vice president entourage, but not everybody has the right to follow him closely. But Salam Mustapha said, when Rosemond started following, the word is following, Following, following. Ordinary political talk. It's a man fe. Yeah, church send by Obinjina baby. And say can't sama to be so. Now, Salam Mustapha Kasano or say Bawumia had the UK program. Now Bawumia also called UK. Or no kwa. Now, in the vice president's office, we are all aware Nipa handle vice president passport. Listen, Rosemond had the passport of the vice president with her. Rosemond edi sa passport no edi kwa koma protocol officer no na Bawumia passport ka ho me ko bedu enye oba bia na betuma age me passport ekuta unless I have something special with you. Enye oba jenjen bia. Now we are talking about the vice president of the Republic of Ghana oko UK. Now Rosemond na the passport eco protocol office. What are you telling me? Oh, catch him say Rosemond ne tumia owa Bawumia hono na limited. Are you mad? Into your see Rosemond edi list the protocol office no Rosemond do on or say me din fa ka ho fa me passport shem na Bawumia na say fa me passport shem yeah ko UK. Iti Rosemond koye no na okuta Bawumia passport and okuta group no moko and odu on say protocol officer, I am part of this trip, so I am adding my passport. Mustapha Salam Ekasano or say later they got to know say that is the decision Rosemond took without Mahmoud Bawumia knowing. The question here is, so Rosemond take a decision way. Not decision way, a very dangerous decision. Now, Rosemond basically went against Emra Emma Obitumi vice president. Why didn't they sack Rosemond that day? Why didn't Mahmoud Bawumia say that this lady is a liar? This lady is basically doing things she's not supposed to do. Why didn't Bawumia come out to say sack her today or don't allow her to come close to my office? Mahmoud Bawumia never said that. From our information and from his own explanation, Rosemond was still working in the office of Mahmoud Bawumia. Remember, Bawumia Nebusa Mustapha Salam Kotiboto say, are you aware? There are two words we are working with here. Following and are you aware? Following, are you aware as a sentence? And do not forget, because Ebesaba, are you aware from Bawumia and a Mustapha Salam following Bawumia? It is a girl no and the document in the coye and then the passport to come and later ever finding out to say the Vice President Mahmoud Bawumia has not instructed her to do that. What are we supposed to do? We are supposed to fire the girl that same day. Why didn't they fire the girl? The girl was still with Mahmoud Bawumia. Mommy and call back name could see Salam Mustapha.
Use the man's name in such a vile manner without his authorization. Then there was another incident. She wants to sit in meetings she's not supposed to, and at one point my boss Samuel Uku questioned her, do you have to sit in this meeting? She said yes. The boss asked her to sit in the meeting, but Sami knew that no, that will not be the case, because that meeting she wasn't supposed to be there. And later checks also revealed that she was not supposed to be in the meeting, and she lied about that, saying that it was the boss that asked her to come and sit in the meeting. There are many instances of these things I don't want to, mention.
So at a point, yes, Samia will meeting because so our Bawumia officer name more Denny. Eh, nyame da wase so de chenchen hini 2 midin so. Meeting because so Bawumia officer per Salam Mustapha ya ne enim ya tie baby nsu afa ye. Ya nyoma nyina nsu de ko. Ya factory nsu afa mu nyoma nyina mankofo asesa toilet paper nya. Ya dwire ye ho ya tie baby ya nim hwe ya nka bi nhyemu adamudie na ya twen. Adamudie bribe na ye twen. Ghana for the bia ye twen bribe. Yeah, sorry, ye nidi ye nsuya for ye nyoma ye try light him nkotra ba ye dem wo wo keka ye mattress nya da nsuom ye fufu ye wo de share fridge mu nsuya ko fridge ma enti ye yem dwaye ye ho chire ye ade achi ya ye ne adamudie ne ye twen bribe e na moso ne ma asaba ba de ye chirem kwasiafo Mustapha Salam kasa no o say I go FBB debi abika gana boso bo jimi am so Kevin mu ade me omo jimi tu FBB omo jimi se mole we jimi da mol he Mustapha Salam ka see imre bi after passport incident ni see Bawumia ampam girl na girl no down eba office wo Bawumia nko ahye wa no call no akoma ne coffee no we pie otimi show 38 minutes 42 minutes Bawumia nche bia 13 seconds na girl no pie because do raw on chair watch 12 seconds Bawumia de on chair. Now Mustapha Salam ka no see imbre bi duina meeting chenche mu odene bi eba so ana eyempenifo a sebio omo de omo ehia se ometena meeting mu na also mutenem na omo to meeting na eye abrayiwa no Bawumia to wo eyi Samia wukuti wo na party mu mpenifo na abayiwa no bowura ho obowura no twe akonwa Bawumia office nkonwa miensa na ho ba ko ye ne dia na yere dia na ba ko eya akonwa ne ba besra na otena so na otwe ne yere dia de tena so. Hey boy August inti Mustapha Salam chire mu no say oba na twe akonwa meeting koso Mahmudu kasa impenifo ye din embema ka omhwe ato nchen ese kokuo etie nyansa efri Bawumia ho na abayiwa na twe table akonwa na otena so ho na Samia wuku tontom ono eye de abena kokko ne ko no wi a ye chire no na ono twa ne no say na o meet na ye wo adentina abetinam ana ga ne se hwe bo boss no to no one na semi metinam na at that moment wo Mahmoud Bawumia we vice president abayo odin kind of passport pass protocol musi wa kodi atro weltuma mpam no wo ye meeting so wa intruded the meeting, pulled a chair and sat and told the people there say wo Bawumia na also on tenacing. What really happened from Salam Mustapha no girl nitina meeting and there. So this is the scenario. A pimp enters a room where there are a lot of pimpies. Now the pimpies are there and the omo chain say meeting because so and the pimpta who is Bawumia because the girl is the pimp. And then girl no kwara no mu adwuma no eye pimpees ena omo a sebi omo te ho no eye Bawumia omo ya pimpters omo no mo ya pimpim omo ena that time no sa situation no otumi say abedu eye pimpilization situation a obi antumi nka hwe. So the pimpy enters, the pimpters are there, and then the pimpilization conversation goes on. Into a day in Bawumia tumanya bear man can say, hey, please get out. You are not part of this meeting. In fact, you don't have that capacity to be sitting here. Bawumia no jom. Every second, no come Bawumia coffee. Watch out 33 seconds, 18 microseconds. No PA. Only the umbro 33 seconds. Watch out 38.2 seconds. No PA. Into the piano two Bawumia officer. No amount coffee. Into Ujina okra. Urema 38.2 seconds. No PA. On check Bawumia DSO. Into Mustapha Salam na echirechim. Into we busa say, hey, now buy you yes so to me. About you a party no mben party no. About you yes no nka Bawumia ho. And so Mustapha Salam asemo chechim say about we no na ne nsa tuam.
Of these things I don't want to mention, but just to give a clue of some of the things that were happening. Senior management began to get uncomfortable to the extent that Rosemond wanted to serve DMB's food. How? When there's a protocol to handling his food, how do you come just some few months you want to handle the man's food? All of these things were happening concurrently, not gelling. Then you came to meet people at the office. Now you wanted to show that you know DMB more than those people. And Papa said this, and Papa said that. Then people will say, no, this girl is talking too much. One time, Rosemont follows the vice president to Sunyani. And this girl goes to cry in Sunyani because she was not put in the same hotel as DMB. She was put in a different hotel.
Mustapha Salam Kasar, hey, in Samna, in Suya Toya, hayo, hey, some more. Or see, in some of the Nina happen concurrently. You can say concurrently. Now I say, a nomadi di boom, a nomad jaridi, na achim police dia, omudi di boom, you find concurrently. A nomadi di boom, a omudi omutiso so poultry farm, na enkoko didi, obia so your friend concurrent eating. Or say your kaka yenina passport and some samya ukuka say Bawumia nina happen concurrently. Nina happen per kwaso na nina didi so na jina so baby jina ne ekorenim. Now see mrebi duye and look at the Chinese yemuno Mustapha Salam or the national youth organizer of the NPP. Or you're turning about Bawumia or your Bawumia close relation. In fact, or your Bawumia 8 ebambe mana or see asebi krana eseno or see Rosemond at a point. Rosemond so-called Bonia wedding na yampamuno or da hujinem. The pimpy is still in there. The pimper is still there, and the pimptor is still around. The pimpy is there. The pimpter is there and the pimper is there. So you can see Rosemond concurrently, they are still there and nobody has been able to say, Rosemond, you have been fired. No bian to mean kanye. Adentra. Adenti no bian to mean kanye. Why? Adentra. Makomna ba. Adana. Nana. Ajibro. I say adentra. Why? Makomna ba. I come the bad and where is I don't why mudana. Makomna ba. Enti Mustapha Salam echechire no say yemfa no kwanto nchen ene credit wa keka no kwampo da ne kitwam o say edumbre bi na afei Rosemond efre Bawumia papa I late acha acha o say mbre bi duye epipi mo jimi o wa betete Bawumia to nyina o tese gufu yire mo jimi or see mrebi baye na afei ugura Bawumia officer gani boma papa please can I come papa Zaddy just okay Zaddy and go for so or fra Bawumia Zaddy interest gani no fra Bawumia papa enya papa and say Duncan William jana emu wirem no papa I say your papa bi wa egumu ai papa Bawumia so nkashi papa I said, you're not a hair no kuma. The amount for quite mu complaining say, I'm baby regardless on the bay papa ediane. Gana yes on your piano. Na ebe tuba ko South Central so akofo ba bia be MPP ni so onu me ba omiaduane Ghana mu so onyo bia no ende oso ba omiaduane e no safre ba omia papa enye Duncan William de papa de se ne de awere mu da ho ai boni bia ni ho oh papa Duncan papa o se na girl no e frɛ ba omia papa Zaddy ai because also oka Zaddy DADY Zaddy into on person be ka Zaddy no kan papa but na papa no emunya werem na mu de papa o say afei na Rosemond Obeng Bawumia papa na o say asemi siye eno kwa na man hu say bibi problem bi koso ene den ono na bie na no kan o say Mr. Esi ntem mo afei na mo ba no de mache why you late da I want why you late Mustapha Salam ya kasa no o say ade bi siye na the political life ebe sin there ohun bi da or say eno na amane yes our live no for Ghanaians to know what is happening Rosemond ade a why ye onim say we nyina koso na Samira nim yeah bibi a me kire video fufuro bi a Samira was aware now so papa ekoso nyane papa enya papa oka papa na oka Duncan William enya Duncan William nyame de papa oh papa you see or see at a point papa Zaddy Bawumia went to Sunyane Zaddy papa Bawumia went to Sunyane na Bawumia ko Sunyane no you see enyumbre na ye campaign nyina we jimi ni ho awie no and we have done it and we have performed better and ni nyina we wi the draws mu afo a obi ankoda no and again di esun esimu osun ye patana nyeye ye so one wa pivela na the draws kokko no obi ehu nyamotre ye so ma me wo se da bi osun esun amu odene Zaddy and ankofo pataga no say adenti na ade asa ye nyina ye nkoda na Bawumia nkoda na ye nyina ga na tue sum o se Rosemond esunye ema ne nufu sunsuo ye se osuna na tade afo o se eno ena otena o se adena girl yisu santi no ankasa wo ho eno se da bi there's a problem because ye ne papa eba sunyane ena ade asa akobo 11:45 ye koda e o se obia ekoda the hotel na ye nyina ade chia na yakohu papa now girl ni so sum ye busa na onka ye genu bia ye nyeye ye mani nsu onnom ye so onye fruit juice so onye don see mo se pimping je say on peshe ye bia champagne su po o so onnom je say ye tumi man ele wonyo okam wo se na pantan ye ne ya je say ye tumi man e den eye eburobu nsuo opamwe ya man eburobu nsuo mananom o se no and o su and obi se die na ekoso afa ga ni bira no I want to go and sleep in Papa's hotel. Hey! We suma na hini no wadane mame ode we su gisika we yase we su ama na hini no enti oye on so I say asma kakra and I'm serious when you say again me pesa me I want to sleep at Papa's hotel close to his room and I go say why MVP ni enim da papa Zaddy enti amanfo were shocked. Asem we nya na meka yo Mustapha Salam na me metia no me I didn't know about this. I have no idea na yetewa na Mustapha Salam ebe kireche nsem we mu nyina kire ye se asem ekosi wo sunyane nie ama sebio eye girl no esu ya na dweno ma sebio yesi o se so ane Bawumia nkoda Bawumia hotel a onye Rosemond papa Zaddy enti e say amanfo ebo people were angry. People were frustrated. We Mustapha Salam. Momi anko tie de oka ewe chire ka ho. Na monte story na see because me pese ye nyina eti ase minim MPP no. Wan chire mu ya ochina baba dane oma no. Anytime me bo video na ma chire mu na Ghana fo nyina ate de me kana say. Momi anko tie the last part of Mustapha Salam the story no. Mr. Stay with me.
Then I get a call to DMB more than those people. And Papa said this, and Papa said that. The people will say, no, this girl is talking too much. One time, So Rosemont follows the vice president to Sunyani, and this girl goes to cry in Sunyani because she was not put in the same hotel as DMB. She was put in a different hotel. Not that hotel is bad, but just because she was not present in the hotel DMB was lodging. How can you behave this way? How can you behave this way when there's protocol to these things? That the very closest people to him are the close protection, his ADC, his valet, and so on and so forth. People who do immediate things for him. Even some of us who have worked with him for so long, we don't stay with him at the hotel all the time. We travel with him. We can be in faraway hotels. When day breaks, we all come back to where he is. So you get the opportunity to travel with him, and you go and put up a show, cry, because you're giving a hotel separate from where the man was. Then
now the question is, Okasano, or say, Rosemond followed Bawumia to Sunyani. Did Bawumia say no? And here Bawumia jinaka se mama Rosemont endimate because one Rosemont edin kan akọ eye protocol office akọ twantrom ese Bawumia cheno Bawumia anya bibia. The same Rosemont abetena meeting mu eni so otenem ama Samia Ugwa ka se Rosemont mentenem ama Bawumia anka bibia. Mahmudu Bawumia nim se Rosemont eye nyoma bi wo office wa sebio de oye no enho nye enya de pa. Rosemont at a point any nkofo ko so obedua Bawumia duane Bawumia mpamo no. Bawumia esa ko Sunyano no Rosemont edi nechi ekodu Sunyane okoduru oso a Rosemont se wanda bebia Bawumia da onti ase e na osum Bawumia mpamo no. Intimi busawu. The question is simple. We can go back a little bit and go listen to Insembia Rosemont kan mrebi about Mahmudu Bawumia and how Bawumia is not a man. Oba Jinoka say this guy is not a man. It is physical and spiritual. Because Ansan Oba Mbien Anonka say you are not a man enough to make decisions onimu inside out. Sebio obema tintin san yetie onim unipa banya woye. Enti when this lady time of free MPP ekotena TV so eye bold catch Ghana for say onim Bawumia onye bema mu onye bema ehwa ebo de nantema obetumi akasa se bema ama wahye nipa so ama nipa edi nechi. Iti time again free MPP no na o kan sem ya nipa bebre say na gen we edie na wonim. And Mustapha Salam Abakache say, Rosemont knew a lot, has a lot, felt a lot, was in there and experienced a lot from Papa. It is out here girl no interview now. Mrs. So out here girl interview now in Brebi or Grantia now. You will see clearly say Rosemont na our reason for and some no kano. Na on kan keke mumia ko tie Rosemont time oya na adwe se ono abefri MPP mu enti ade ensa na Rosemont kae na yemfa toto Salam Mustapha nsem no enu nti na ebia na yentumi mpam no free MPP Bawumia office no.
I work closely with Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia as his personal assistant at his campaign office. So I worked with him. And
what was that like?
Well, at the initial stage it was cool, you know. We all had it in this country, the economic messiah, the economic waistcoat. So I was excited to have the opportunity to work closely with him, book his appointment at the campaign office, sit in his meetings and write his minutes, serve him his coffee, his food, and whatever he may assign me to do. And also did travel sometimes with him. So it was very exciting, I would say. But along the line, I realized Dr. Bawumia lacked leadership. He was not just my boss, he was like a father to me. Lacked leadership. He was not just my boss, he was like a father to me. At a point in time, an incident happened at the office. But I will not go into details now. I won't go into details. But with the leadership, he was not just my boss. He was like a father to me. At a point in time, an incident happened at the office. But I will not go into details now. I won't go into details. But with the approach to that particular situation, I realized it lacked leadership. I realized that.
What was the approach?
His approach lacked boldness, firmness, fairness, and courage.
Really?
And these are essential qualities of any good leader.
But there's a leader who is saying he has bold solutions, for the people of Ghana. You are saying he lacked boldness in taking decisions at his office?
He cannot. I came to the conclusion that with what happened, he's easily manipulated and dictated to.
Really?
It's sad, but people control Dr. Bawumia.
Seriously?
People tell him what to do. And it's sad that a leader will not have an opinion of his own. It's sad.
This is the vice president of the country we're talking about.
Well, he holds the position, but who is he when it comes to his leadership style? That is what we are talking about.
What did you see at the office which is making you jump, or should I say arrive at this?
I would say, I will still not go into the issues. I know you're trying to push me. But with his approach, when it comes to solving issues, putting his foot down when it matters the most, pulling the bull by the horn, correcting people when they are misbehaving. He cannot even correct.
The woman was emphatic. Rosemond said, Mahmoud Bawumia was not just anybody or just a boss to me. He was like Papa. I feel you are connecting the dots. Go on the TV. So see, Bawumia was not just a boss to me. He was like my father. Bawumia treated me like my father. My father gave me shelter. Your father will always give you shelter. Your father will give you care. Your father will give you whatever you need as a young lady. Your father will provide your needs. Your father will make sure when you go wrong, he will rebuke you indoors. But outside, he will not have the balls to tell people this is what I did. So the girl was using words, figurative language here. I say, Bawumia to send me papa. In the friend office, papa. It TV so say this man, it was like a father to me. And when a lady passionately and quietly sit on national television to say the vice president was not just a boss but like a father, it means she was trying to let you know it was not a relationship, a boss servant or boss subordinate. It was beyond that. And now Nimokaka said, you know something, this man has no courage. He is not a man. What will make a woman sit on national television to say he wasn't a man, he lacked leadership? And when a woman tells a man you lack leadership, it means when you are indoors, you don't have the capacity to act like a man. Papa did not have that akukudro to take control, take charge, be the man. So the girl was basically sending a message to Bawumia that you are weak. And not just weak politically, you are weak beyond being my boss. Inti so ti obanen sem na ode eye de reconnect sibia eye ketra ne kan no to eye Salam Mustapha nsema na so oban we tey azen. We tey. Besia na tey asam Mustapha Salim onso ben wa betwen infantilika de asam na tey a asia na tu tokura bedem emu abie. Enti se utina botre na unya botre tie de oba ne kan ye ene de Mustapha Salam ebe de ebe confirm ya we toy asam na toy, meaning infantinika se we toy a na se tu na sen we tu intokura beda ho eliki enyunu we toy. Enti conclusively, to end on this, because there's a part 2, to end on this, it means say Salam Mustapha betu tokuro nase or the tokuro abeto asem nase yen nyina yehu say asem no the Bluetooth connected from Papa to Rosemont, and nitina Papa could not be a man to sack Rosemont from his office until Rosemont was ready, decided to walk. Asem nankasa, ladies and gentlemen, we tey that yenso yebeboa mansune nwin.